to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Hello and welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. It's so good to have you here, settling in for a peaceful evening of comfort and rest. In this gentle space, you are invited to let your mind and body relax, releasing any lingering cares of the day. Take a moment now to get cozy, perhaps fluffing your pillow or adjusting your blanket so that you feel entirely supported. This evening's story will carry you away to mid-June in Prague, where a softly rolling thunderstorm and warm candlelight wrap the city in a soothing glow. Breathe in through your nose, feel your lungs expand with fresh air, and then gently exhale through your mouth, letting that breath take with it any tension in your shoulders, your neck, and your face. Notice how your eyelids feel heavier with each peaceful breath. The world around you begins to quiet. Your heartbeat slows just a touch, and you're already stepping into that calm, drifting space between wakefulness and dream. Let your mind settle, dear listener, and prepare to be immersed in a gentle tale that offers warmth, tranquility, and the soft hush of a rainy June evening. Take another full breath in, allowing it to sweep through your body, gathering any leftover restlessness. As you exhale, feel your muscles loosen, as if everything that weighed on you today dissolves into the stillness of this moment. If your eyes are open, you might let them close naturally, or half close so that the world beyond you blurs into a cozy dimness. Imagine yourself sheltered and safe, a tender hush flowing in time with your breath. Perhaps you hear the faint patter of raindrops against a window, or the gentle hum of distant thunder. There is no need to do or be anything right now. Simply rest and allow this story to unfold softly in your imagination. Now, as you continue to breathe and settle, let yourself drift inward, ready to explore a serene glimpse of Prague on a midsummer night, where raindrops dance upon cobblestones and candles flicker with a warm, comforting glow. In the calm hush of Prague's twilight, the city appears at once ancient and ageless, cradled in the embrace of a gentle June rainstorm. The story follows a figure wandering slowly through a narrow street. The quiet traveler moves with unhurried steps, each footfall echoing softly against the old stones. Above, the sky is overlaid with clouds that look like layers of dark velvet, waiting to release a reverberating murmur of thunder. Rain has only just begun, tapping at rooftops and sliding in thin rivulets down the curved gutters. Lanterns glow gently along the walls, their flickers subdued by the dampness in the air. The traveler is enveloped by the rhythmic drizzle, tiny droplets on a hood, subtle splashes against puddles forming between the worn cobbles. A soft clang of the traveler's boots sets a tranquil lullaby in motion, blending with the subdued hush of the sleeping city. The drizzle intensifies in waves, drifting over the traveler in a tender mist. As it gathers strength, an occasional rumble of thunder resonates from somewhere beyond the river. The traveler remains unhurried, content to continue along the damp walkway, pausing now and then to take in the centuries-old architecture of Prague. Arched doorways and stone facades are softened in the glow of carefully spaced street lamps. In high windows, golden lights shine from behind lace curtains, revealing glimpses of comfortable interiors. There is an aroma in the air, rain-soaked pavement with a faint undercurrent of smoky chimney logs and the subtle sweetness of blossoming linden trees. The summer air, though cooled by the rain, is still gentle, reminiscent of the lingering warmth of a day that had been filled with sunshine. It's as if the city is breathing out a sigh of relief, grateful for the refreshment brought by the night's shower. Around a corner, the traveler arrives at a modest wooden door set into an old brick building. It is accented by a simple bronze handle, its surface worn by time and countless hands that once turned it. A splash of candlelight shows through a window alongside the door, hinting at warmth within. The traveler steps inside, gently closing the door behind, grateful for the immediate hush that envelops the hallway. Within, the flicker of a single candle in a glass lantern casts dancing shadows across the walls. Rain-laden air mingles with the comforting sense of old wood and well-tended books. The glow of the flame illuminates a small corridor, leading to a living space that is both humble and inviting. A sanctuary from the damp streets, where every object seems curated for comfort. In the heart of that cozy residence stands a table made of aged oak, its surface adorned by a few essential items: a smooth ceramic teapot, a single flower in a slender glass vase, and a stray book left open on a story about foreign lands. The traveler, quietly shedding a rain-spattered cloak, moves closer to the table, eyes gently brightening at the promise of warmth. A kettle rests on the nearby stove, already filled with water, anticipating the next cup of tea. With a practiced motion, the traveler lights another candle set in the center of the table. Its flame comes to life, dancing joyfully against the backdrop of softly glowing lantern light. Outside, thunder gently grumbles, distant but present, resonating like a lullaby for the city. The traveler hums an almost inaudible tune, content in the stillness, and busies themselves by reaching for a tin of fragrant tea leaves. The kitchen corner is all soft edges and warm colors. Spice jars line a narrow shelf, each labeled in neat script. A braided rug softens the stone floor, and the mild scent of cinnamon and cardamom lingers in the air. The traveler selects a generous pinch of chamomile and lavender from a well-worn tin, carefully placing it inside a small strainer. The kettle sings out a gentle whistle, signaling that the water has reached just the right temperature, and with practiced care, the traveler pours a steady stream of steaming water over the aromatic blend. White tendrils of vapor rise and swirl, carrying the calming perfume of floral and herbal notes to fill the air. Rain patters against the window, providing a soothing counterpoint to the ritual of preparing a comforting evening brew. A flash of lightning illuminates the window for a brief moment, followed by a rolling thunder that softly echoes through the walls. The traveler, comforted by nature's display, settles into a cushioned chair by the table, hands cradling the warm teacup. The first sip is fragrant and comforting, a gentle lull of flavor that spreads warmth through every limb. The candlelight dances across the traveler's features, highlighting the contentment in their expression. Outside, Prague's narrow streets are quieter still, as if the rain has lulled them into a deeper repose. The occasional sound of carriage wheels in the distance, or the soft splash of water in the gutter, weaves seamlessly into this tapestry of calm. All is ease and stillness now, a tender bubble of respite from the world's demands. Sipping quietly, the traveler reflects on the evening's gentle wonders. Not far from where they rest, the wide river winds past historical bridges and silent spires, each tower standing like a guardian of ancient secrets. Tonight, the traveler doesn't feel the need to go out exploring. Instead, they turn to the open book on the table, pages dog-eared, lines underlined, and handwritten notes in the margins. It seems the story within its pages merges with the ambience of the night, speaking of distant lands filled with lofty trees and rivers as mighty as the Vltava. The words are comforting in their familiarity, a lullaby printed in ink. But the traveler simply smiles at the text, shutting the volume gently, choosing instead to absorb the symphony of rainfall and thunder that continues to play outside. Low rumbles travel across the sky again, not too forceful, but strong enough to be felt in the gentle vibration beneath the traveler's feet. The candle's flame flickers in response to the faint movements of air, casting shifting, golden shapes on the ceiling. In the corner of the room, an old cabinet holds a variety of small treasures. A porcelain cup, a carved wooden statuette, a few postcards from places that bear their own stories. One postcard, tucked behind a small figurine, displays a photograph of Prague at sunrise, the iconic Charles Bridge bathed in rosy light. Another postcard shows a scenic mountain range, its peaks covered in snow, possibly far away and reminiscent of a different time. They are small tokens of memory, quietly watching over the space like patient companions in the night's hush. Beyond the walls of this tranquil room, Prague's ancient squares and winding alleys begin to collect shallow pools of water. Raindrops circle outward across their surfaces, making ever-widening ripples that reflect the city's lantern glow. An old clock tower in the distance tolls softly, though it's difficult to count the hour clearly amidst the soft roll of thunder. The traveler inhales deeply, indulging in the moist night air, drifting through a slightly open window. Each breath is a balm, soothing nerves and grounding the mind in the simplicity of the present moment. The traveler allows eyes to close just for a moment, listening wholeheartedly to the nighttime atmosphere. The gentle hiss of rain, the lull of distant thunder, and the comfort of candlelit shadows intermingle in a slow, mesmerizing dance, inviting the traveler to surrender to a growing sense of drowsy ease. Eventually, the traveler stands, deciding to wander into the next room, a cozy living area with a wide window overlooking a quiet street below. The traveler sets the teacup upon a small side table, adjusts the window shutters so that only a narrow slit remains open, letting in the gentle breath of the storm without allowing the room to grow too cold. From beneath a worn blanket on the armchair, the traveler retrieves a soft cloth, then proceeds to wipe away faint droplets that found their way onto the windowsill. Each careful stroke over the sill is an act of mindful presence, the world outside continuing its silent hush. In this dimly lit space, faint shadows of the city's spires are visible, blurred by the rain, reminiscent of dreamy shapes in a half-remembered painting. Thunder hums again across the sky, its voice deeper now, resonating like a comforting old friend. The traveler recalls how, as a child, storms once felt imposing and vast. Now they hold an almost lullaby-like charm, prompting a sense of cozy security within. Sometimes, there is no comfort quite like being tucked indoors with soft light and the gentle hush of raindrops, each drop a small echo urging one deeper into relaxation. The city, in its centuries of existence, has seen countless storms just like this, has listened to this symphony of thunder and rain many times before. The walls and cobblestones carry that memory, swirling it into the present moment, so that anyone who chooses to listen can feel the comforting hum of stories past. On a small round table near the window, the traveler notices a half-burned candle set beside a folded letter. The wax had pooled and hardened in uneven shapes, and a wooden match rests discarded nearby. Curious, the traveler gently unfolds the letter, revealing neat penmanship in a language that flows across the page in delicate loops. It seems to be a note from a dear friend, offering warm tidings and well wishes for restful nights. Reading these words, the traveler's expression softens, and for a moment the storm seems to quiet, as if the entire city has hushed to allow these gentle sentiments to be felt. The traveler returns the letter to its folded state, placing it carefully back on the table, as though setting aside a cherished voice to be revisited whenever comfort is needed. By now, the candle on the table has melted further, the flame burning steadily within a pool of liquid wax. Its glow bathes the old floorboards in a subdued radiance, each crack and grain marking countless footsteps that have passed over them throughout the decades. Outside, the rain intensifies momentarily, drumming against the window with a vibrant clarity before subsiding back into a softer pattern. Observing this, the traveler closes their eyes, remembering moments of running through the rain as a child, feeling droplets on outstretched hands. Memories of laughter and playful splashes bubble gently to the surface, weaving themselves into the present, bringing a small smile to the traveler's lips. The knowledge that storms come and go, always followed by calm, is like a warm blanket for the soul. Reaching for a match, the traveler decides to light one more candle on a low shelf, where a small arrangement of dried lavender rests in a woven basket. The match flares, then dims into a warm ember as the wick catches flame. Another circle of warm light arises, revealing carefully placed books along the shelf. Volumes on art, poetry, and the quiet corners of history. Their spines bear titles in faded gold letters. Many nights of quiet reading and reflection have been spent here, accompanied by the timeless voice of a rainstorm against the glass, or the hush of winter's snowfall. Tonight, the thunder's gentle rumbles form the backdrop to such moments, bridging past and present with its deep, resonant hum. Still cradling the teacup, the traveler sips its final cooling drops, mindful of the flavors that remain, the subtle sweetness lingering on the tongue. A sense of deep calm settles in the traveler's chest, as if the storm itself has infused the air with serenity. The traveler stands and moves about the small abode, lighting a final candle on the far side of the room. In doing so, a curtain is drawn on the day's busyness, and a warm invitation is extended to the night's quiet wonder. Softly, the traveler tidies a pile of letters on the side table, straightens a woven throw on the armchair, each small act carrying a soothing rhythm. Outside, the wind whispers through the narrow streets, stirring the rainfall into a gentle swirl. Occasionally, a stray gust pushes a small wave of droplets against the window. The traveler listens to this interplay between water and wind, feeling grateful for the shelter around them. In a world that sometimes moves too quickly, these moments of stillness serve as an anchor, a chance to ground oneself in life's simple pleasures. A crackling candle, a warm drink, the reassuring thrum of thunder in the distance. The wooden floor creaks softly as the traveler heads to a bookshelf set into the wall. One particular volume catches the eye, a slim anthology of poetry bound in deep red fabric. Its pages are yellowed with age, corners softened by many turns. The traveler carefully lifts the book, letting the candlelight reveal elegant calligraphy within. Turning a page, they find a short poem about the romance of nighttime storms, describing with gentle words how each droplet of rain carries a lullaby for the weary soul. Another poem sings praises to candlelight, depicting it as a small but potent beacon against the darkness, a comforting flicker in the hush of the evening. The traveler's fingertips rest on the worn paper, absorbing the calm intention behind each verse. Outside, the rumble of thunder softly replies, as if reading along. Time moves in a slow, fluid rhythm in these hours. Moments stretch and intermingle, unhurried. The traveler allows the mind to drift, lulled by the near-hypnotic patter of rain. There's a timelessness here in Prague's old quarter, where each building carries silent echoes of centuries past. The spires watch over the city from above, as they have through countless storms, tranquil or mighty. Tonight, the storm is gentle, a comforting presence rather than a force of disruption. Now and then, lightning illuminates the windows with a quick, silent flash, revealing silhouettes of towers and rooftops, only to vanish as quickly as it arrived, leaving the gentle thunder to mutter its low, resonant song. Feeling a growing heaviness in the limbs, The traveler gently closes the anthology and sets it aside, letting the mind wander instead to the shapes flickering on the walls. It's as if the soft glow of the candles is painting a moving tapestry of golden lines. The traveler notices how the shadows shift at each rumble of thunder, as though responding to an ancient, unseen conductor. This interplay of light and shadow provides a meditative moment, where the gentle transitions of dancing luminescence mirror the drifting thoughts within. The traveler's eyelids grow heavier, content to simply watch, without expectation, letting any concerns dissolve in the warmth of the scene. Outside, midnight approaches, but no clock chimes or hurry beckons. The storm continues in a steady, rhythmic pattern, its voice softer now, as if it too is drifting into restful slumber. The traveler, in the soft circle of candlelight, feels the hush settling in with each passing minute. Breath by breath, calm fills the chest, spreading through the arms and legs, relaxing the hands, slowing the mind. There is a distinct pleasure in being snug and dry, while the rain taps against the windows outside, a lullaby that belongs to evenings such as this. The traveler closes the eyes for a few moments, simply listening, the teacup now empty, resting on a small saucer. In that fleeting span of darkness, the gentle thunder resonates through the building, blending with the subtle notes of dripping water from eaves outside. After a time, the traveler stands, gathering a folded blanket from the armchair. Slowly and carefully, they spread it across a low couch near the window. The idea of drifting to sleep under the watchful presence of the rain is appealing. Each quiet movement is unhurried, almost ceremonial, as though preparing a sacred space for rest. On the windowsill, the candle flickers, capturing the swirl of raindrops in a faint gleam of light. The traveler fluffs a small pillow, places it at one end of the couch, and gently rests their hand on the soft fabric of the blanket. Outside, the wind sighs through the narrow alley, reminding all who listen that this city, with its tall towers and storied bridges, is not merely ancient stone, but a living, breathing poem of history and nature. The hush deepens, and for a moment the traveler gazes through the narrow crack of the window shutters, glimpsing a tiny corner of the darkened street below. A faint reflection of candlelight in the puddles outside twinkles like small stars, shining with each flicker of the flame. Another low roll of thunder, quieter than before, passes overhead, and the traveler perceives it less as a disruption and more as a comforting lull. In the hush that follows, the traveler kneels by a small cabinet to tidy away the leftover tea things. The night is nearly silent, but for the hush of rainfall and the soft footfalls upon the old floor. Every motion is mindful, unforced, designed to encourage rest. Returning to the couch, the traveler sets the candle on a nearby shelf, so the flame's glow remains subtle. The traveler sinks into the cushions, pulling the blanket up to the chest, letting the body's weight relax into the gentle support beneath. Overhead, the ceiling seems softly illuminated, the flicker of candlelight shaping quiet patterns that encourage drowsiness. The traveler exhales a contented breath, letting it carry away the last vestiges of the day. The arms feel pleasantly heavy, the legs warm, the mind drifting without tension. A sense of gratitude fills the traveler's heart. Gratitude for the shelter, the small comforts, the gift of a peaceful moment, unburdened by the rush of the outside world. In that peaceful space, it's easy to imagine the spires of Prague standing guard, each one a silent witness to countless dreams that have come and gone in the city's long history. Tonight, the traveler's dream is of warmth and safety, lulled by the patter of raindrops against the glass and the kind glow of the candle's flame. Outside, one final whisper of thunder meanders through the damp air, trailing off into the distance. The traveler feels an inward pull toward rest, the kind that gathers gently around the edges of consciousness and soothes every tense muscle into soft repose. Now, the moments grow even quieter. The rain has found its steady rhythm, and each drop is an invitation to deeper rest. The candle's flame has shrunk to a small, steady glow, nearly consumed by its own melting wax. Let the hush of this evening embrace you, and notice how the world around recedes into the gentlest darkness. The air is calm, the thunder faint. Everything is ready for sleep. Each breath drifts slower, longer, and more serene. There is no rush, no need to worry or think. Simply allow the night to cradle you, to envelop your thoughts in a warm, quiet lullaby. Feel the gentle drowsiness settle over your eyelids, over your limbs, over your whole being. The hush of the rain, the soft sigh of the wind, and the steady flicker of candlelight are all guiding you further into a tranquil, dreamlike state. Here there is perfect ease, free from distractions. Any lingering tension dissolves, as if carried away by the delicate drops of rain. The city, so full of old stories, stands guard around this quiet room, content to shield and comfort through the night. You can welcome the deep rest that approaches, secure in this warm haven. It's as though time itself has slowed to a meditative pause, letting you experience each gentle moment before it melts into the next. Let your breathing continue to slow, the exhale stretching just a bit longer each time. The traveler in the story finds sleep in the hush of Prague's storm, and you, dear dreamer, can find the same stillness. The drifting patter of raindrops echoes in your mind, coaxing you into gentle dreams and peaceful slumber. With every heartbeat, you sink into a deeper calm, released from the day's concerns, floating in that soft boundary between waking and sleep. The candle's glow may fade, the lullaby of thunder may grow quieter, but the serenity in your heart remains, soothing and steady. You are safe here, in the shelter of this evening's quiet embrace, letting each breath be a gentle step into the welcoming arms of restful sleep. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well in the dreamy hush of rain-soaked Prague, with only the soft echoes of distant thunder to guide your mind toward the most comforting of dreams. May your night be filled with peace, and your dreams be touched by the gentle kindness of the summer rain. Let your body sink into the stillness, carried by the warm glow of candlelight and the timeless harmony of this old city's heartbeat. Rest now. May sleep enfold you softly, gently, and completely. Good night.